Guys, welcome back to another episode in Prep Dream Big series. We are about just over 3 weeks out. 3 weeks out Sunday, today is Thursday. So definitely closing in on the final weeks. This will probably be our last week of actually digging, and then we're going to go more into like a more freshen up, start adding a bit more food in, and kind of start bringing the physique back to life after we've been digging for a while now. So I think my last kind of high day or refeed meal was 2 or 3 weeks ago. So but big change in condition this morning, big weight drop, about a kilo drop, which I've been holding body weight for about a week really, and then it just dropped off yesterday and the condition really came through. So I'm just going to keep this intro short because I've trained delts and arms this morning, so my delts are hurting right now. Just boxed off cardio, 40 minutes, now just going for my steps. It's about 10 in the morning, so good chunk. Everything done for a training day. Now what I need to do for the rest of the day is eat and finish steps off. So good overall session. I'm going to post a few videos after this of the session. I'm not actually going to go through the sessions today because obviously today is a full day of eating. Let me change hands. Yeah, today is a full day of eating. So I'm going to go through all of today's meals. Today's a training day, but tomorrow's a rest day, so I only have 5 meals today. I have 6 meals on a rest day, which includes my pre-workout meal that I have before bed, and then obviously I'm not training tomorrow, so I won't have my pre-workout meal before bed, which means I have 5 meals. So a lower day of food today, but it all kind of equals out across the week. That's also uncomfortable. So yeah, I'm going to take you through today's food. Meal 1 when we get home, so I don't eat I'm up at the moment about 4:45, and I won't eat till about 11, and obviously that's pretty rare for a bodybuilder to have that amount of time spent fasted, but it's worked for me. To be honest, it's something I put it in the off season because I was eating so much food that I would get home after training, and being up for about 5-6 hours already, and I still wouldn't be hungry for that first meal, just from the amount of food that I was eating. And I found that I was able to get through the food, without missing a meal or having any digestive issues, by having that time spent fasted to allow the body to fully digest the food from the day before. I have all my fasted supplements as well, so glutamine, digestive enzymes, everything in the morning, gut related, greens, to help settle the stomach and help kind of recover the digestive system from the day before, so that I can then take on another day of food in the off season. And that's kind of carried across to prep, to be honest. So I just keep the same routine in, and it hasn't really caused any issues. I still, I'm not that hungry at the moment, and I've already been up for about 6 hours. About 6 hours, and I'm not that hungry, and I've done training, cardio, posing, steps already. I only start to get hungry when I have my first meal, and then after that it's pretty downhill in terms of hunger. Obviously the metabolism speeds up, so that's where we are. So I'm going to take you through today's food, all 5 meals. The video shouldn't be too long. I'm not going to go into every single nook and cranny. It's just going to be a case of full day of eating and show you what I eat on a training day before a rest day, and show you what my 5 meals consist of. It's very, very basic, so don't get too excited. No high days today, but I will document a high day soon. I think I'm going to have one on Sunday, so I might film that as well. But this is just training day, so we'll get these steps done and I'll see you at home for meal 1. showered, feeling much fresher, much better. We're going to get into meal one. So I'm going to take you through it. So the base of our meal one is obviously the designer rice pudding from ESN. This has been one of my favourite carbohydrates to use on prep since I started using it. Quality carbohydrate. So I've got my rice pudding in here. Only 60 grams of rice pudding. And then the reason I do it's supposed to be 65, but the reason I do 60 is I do 60 rice pudding and then I sprinkle on top like 9 grams of Cocoa Pops, literally just for added texture to the meal. I've got my whey paste here. So this is the cookies and cream, which is the reason why I got these out as well. So these are my 4 protein flavors that I will kind of have through the next 4 weeks, the next month. I like to get different flavors to mix it up, especially in prep when obviously the sweet tooth comes out later at night and I get to choose kind of what flavor I want. And these are my kind of go-tos at the moment. These are actually my favorites. There's maybe 1 or 2 that, which was it called? The cinnamon cereals are really good. So we've got standard vanilla, which is obviously a go-to in anyone's kind of protein stack, just having vanilla there as a standard one. We've got the, which was this? I can never say this. Stracciatella, which is basically vanilla with like little chips of dark chocolate. That's really nice. If you've had that like as an ice cream, banging. That is really good. So vanilla is probably 9 out of 10. The stracciatella, I'm probably not saying that right, I'm absolutely butchering it. That's probably like an 8 to 9. We've got the now Leon cereal. This is about a 9.5 out of 10 for me. One of my favourites at the moment. I'm already like half a tub down. I'm trying to like put a few of these, mix a few of these in as well. The ones that are not as good or not as my favourite. And then we've got the cookies and cream, which is what I'm having for post-workout. So 4 flavours there. Designer rice pudding, designer whey. I don't use the isolate, just use the designer whey. That digests for me spot on, no issues with digestion. So we've got 50 grams of whey, 60 grams of rice pudding. I've got 4 rice cakes and 15 grams of jam. And then I have my berries as well. Get some fibre in there, because obviously fats are low at the moment, so I need to be putting fibre in. And I like to have berries with, not every meal, probably like 2 meals a day. I have it with my first meal and my, first meal and my second meal, because I have it on my yogurt as well. So that is post-workout meal, which I'll show you in meal 2. That's post-workout meal. I'm gonna get this in. I am hungry, ready to start the day. I normally, on prep or on off season, have this meal and go and have a nap, which I'll probably do today. Only like half an hour, just because it recharges my batteries. I kind of have split my day up in 2, so I have my time in the morning, which is my training, my cardio, my steps, my posing. Everything gets good in the morning. I don't even really look at my phone. I then come back, still my time now, it's about 11:30. Get this meal in, go and have a nap, and then it's kind of the second part of the day where I focus on work. I just work. Today I've got to do prep for tomorrow, dinner, get back to emails, get back to clients, in terms of coaching, online coaching clients, which is going well at the moment. So I'm enjoying it for sure. And then that's kind of like the rest of the day. It just trickles in. You know, when you work for yourself, work doesn't really stop. You know, it's pretty much 24/7. As soon as you wake up, you check your phone for work. As soon as before you go to bed, you're checking your phone for work as well, and getting back to clients. You know, it's a 24/7 thing. There's always something to do. So we always to work on, which is nice in prep. You know, because you kind of want to keep the mind busy. So that's what I try and do. So I'm gonna get this in, and we'll see you for meal 2. Meal number 2 going in. We have got 225 grams of egg whites, spinach, courgette, tomatoes and mushrooms, a bit of HP sauce, and then we've got 2 slices of very low carb wholemeal toast. It's about 9 grams of carb per slice. Then we've got 40 grams of the ESN rice pudding with 10 grams of jam. We've got 300 grams of phage with mixed berries, and then a large black Americano. So I'm hungry, so I'm going to get this down, and we'll see you for meal number 3. So meal number 3, currently about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Very, very simple meal. We've got a load of greens. So we've got green beans, broccoli. I've kind of taken out my higher carb vegetables like peas, sweet corn I was having. They've gone just from the sweet factor, and I've gone to very, very low carbohydrate veg. So green beans and broccoli is the staple now for the rest of prep. And I'll rinse that with every meal, every rice meal or every meat meal I have. So we've got green beans and broccoli, and then 2 fillets of cod. Cod is one of my favourite proteins to use off-seasonal prep, especially in the off-season, really, just from a digestion point. And it's such an easy protein to eat and digest when food is very, very high. And I keep it through all the way through prep and all year round, really. Every single day I'll have either 1 or 2 meals of cod. Normally it's just 2 fillets. I don't really go over that. I don't have to in terms of protein intake because it's pretty much spread throughout the day. And then I've got 65 grams dry weight jasmine rice with some ketchup on. Ketchup I'm using at the moment, literally just picked this up today. The Heinz Zero is a new one. No added sugar or salt. I was using the 50%, so reduced 50% low sugar, low salt version, but swapped to the Zero one because I'm probably using a bit more ketchup now, just from a hunger point of view. Try and get some flavour in some meals. And yeah, we're going to get this down. My next meal, which will be meal number 5, I'm having out. So it is my sister's birthday today. Obviously, I'm not eating at the restaurant, but I will be taking a meal with me. So I'll kind of video the meal, show you what I'm having. But it's 180 grams of 5% lean beef mince with broccoli, green beans, and then 65 grams dry weight jasmine rice. So pretty simple, but I'll show you a video when I get there. Obviously won't be filming inside, so I'm telling you that now, just so you know what the next meal is. In terms of rice, using the rice cooker, so easy. If you haven't got one, invest in one. It'd be the best investment you make in terms of bodybuilding. Use it every day, put it on when I get back from the gym. Stays warm for the whole day. It's obviously got all your rice in there for the day. Means all you have to prep is your greens and protein. And if you're adding any fats, pretty simple. We're on to the baby spoons now. So teaspoon size, baby spoons, plastic, nicer to eat off. I had to get the long handles because I can't actually grip onto an actual teaspoon. Did about 2 weeks of eating with like a metal teaspoon, and I was getting cramp in my hand every single meal. So I was like, this needs to change. Got these are a game changer. So we're using these. So I'm getting this meal down now, and then I will show you the next meal when it comes around. Probably around 7:30ish, I reckon. Right guys, last meal going in, currently 10 o'clock. Need to have a swig of this, just taking my health subs. Nightly health subs, I'll show you what we're taking. So I've got my health subs all in here. We take kidney, liver, heart, and then I do my magnesium and ashwagandha. That's my nightly supplement, so I take them about half an hour before bed, let the ashwagandha kick in, magnesium, and then about half an hour before bed as well, I also take the sleep product from ESN. This is new, came out a couple of weeks ago, so if you haven't tried it, try it, because it's good. I've been on it for about a week now. Definitely feel fresher in the morning when I'm waking up. So sleep must be better from that. Obviously at the moment during prep, I'm up every hour going to the toilet for a piss. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm not going to be able to give a proper review on it until kind of the off season. But for right now, you know, it's doing its job, I think. Definitely getting better sleep, and like I said, feeling a bit more fresh in the morning. So last meal going in, pretty much like the others. I didn't film the meal I had before, but I told you what it was, just beef and veg and rice. So pretty simple. Today, right now, we've got shredded chicken, green beans and broccoli. I've got rice, my last rice feeding in the rice cooker there. So I'll have that, and then I've got some berries here, which are blueberries and cherries with some stevia on, because I need something sweet at the end of the night. Also have a Dr. Pepper Zero as well. Always have a Dr. Pepper Zero with my last meal, or second to last meal. My last like savoury meal, I always have a Dr. Pepper Zero. So this will go in nicely, and then my nightly routine is posing. So I do literally just one slow round, not too heavy, not too intense, just mind to muscle connection, and just kind of redo what I did this morning. So I'm getting it done twice, and that's me. So I'm gonna eat this, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm sorry it's not as exciting as like an off-season one or a high day, but we've potentially got a high day coming on Sunday. So like I said at the start, I'm gonna film that, which will be very much more interesting, give you an insight into how many carbs I'm doing for the day. I'll be 3 weeks out then, so it's kind of like a trial peak. So I'm guessing around 900 to 1,000 grams of carbs, maybe. I don't know. Luke's got the plan. He's the wizard, so we follow instructions. But I will film that, and that will be going up as well. So look forward to that. But yeah, appreciate you guys watching. Yeah, again, apologies. Boring meals, but bodybuilding's boring. It's monotonous. It's consistent, and you've got to stay on it. You know, it's boring in prep. You know, food is boring in prep. You don't get off-pan meals. You know, you can only really stick to certain amounts of food, certain types of food. Veg, chicken, a little bit of carbs, and that's it for a couple of months. So, right, guys, we'll leave you there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.